In this video, we're going to go through a series of exercises that you can implement at different levels in regards to the strength and flexibility of your adductors. Your adductors are the muscles on the inside of your thigh. So some people also call this groin flexibility. We're going to start with an exercise that's on all four. Then we're going to move to an exercise that's up against the wall. So you need a wall that's completely flat where you can have your toes and feet facing all the way up against the wall. And then you also need some weight plates or something similar like kettlebells, or dumbbells are probably not ideal for this. I would use weight plates or kettlebells. It doesn't have to be heavy. You could start at 2.5 kilo or 5 kilo. I'm going to be using 10 kilo weight plates for this demonstration. Cool? So, level 1 of this adductor series, you're going to start on all four. So I'm going to start in this position here. I'm going to spread my knees apart in a position where I'm reasonably comfortable. I don't feel too much discomfort. And when I go on all four in this position here, I'm going to have my hips right above my knees and my hands are right below my shoulders. What I'm going to be doing here with my knees, which can be a bit hard to see, is I'm going to imagine pulling my knees together without letting them move. So I'm going to do a contraction that goes inwards. I'm going to hold that with about 50% effort for about 5 to 10 seconds. Then I'm automatically going to relax and sink deeper for 5 seconds. Then I'm going to repeat contract, relax, contract, and relax. That's what we call 1 set. So here, I'm going to get into my position on all four. My hips are right above my knees. My shoulders are right above my hands. From here, I'm going to squeeze my knees together like I demonstrated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm automatically and immediately going to relax and let my knees sink wider apart. So from a different angle. Here, I'm going to squeeze together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax and sink wider. And then I'm going to repeat that one last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then relax and sink wider. That's a very basic, non-invasive kind of way of training flexibility of your adductors and your groin. Cool? The next one, the next level up, we're going to have to do this standing. So in this position here on all four, you're really not fighting gravity. If you're not very flexible, it's a great way to start without putting too much pressure on the groin. But now we're going to challenge you in the next level. So once you've done this for a month, maybe 2 months, and you build up to being able to do 30 to 60 second contractions, for them to relax and do that many times over, it's time to move to the wall. Or if you are a bit more flexible, you can start off on the wall as well. With the wall exercise, I'm going to use absolutely zero weights right now, but you can load this up by holding the weight in between your legs as well if you want to. So this here is going to be a bit tricky to kind of observe, so I'm going to move the camera over a tiny bit before we come back into this position. So let me just position the camera here. There we go. So the whole thing here with this exercise, guys, I'm going to walk all the way up to the wall, and I'm going to be in what we call a 5 stance horse squat. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk, look at my feet, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is my starting position. My goal here is to turn my toes out to the side so much that I can spread my knees out and have my forehead touching the wall the whole time without falling backwards. That's a very hard thing to do. So here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm in my horse stance position. As you can see, my forehead is touching the wall, and I'm going to keep my chin tucked in this way the whole time. From here, I'm turning my toes out, they're touching the wall. From here, I'm going to sink down into a squat position, moving my knees out to the side, as far down as I can come, and then come back up. I'm going to come down, knees out to the side, and then come back up. Forehead always touching the wall, and then come back up. You're going to do between 6 to 10 repetitions. That way you're going to get the good stimulation, you're not going to fatigue too much, and we're going to make sure that you're developing strength in that position long term. Once you get a bit stronger, hold the position in the bottom, add some weights as well, holding that in between your legs. And then once you feel that there is very little resistance in that bottom position, which is a good sign of improved flexibility, you go to 7 steps wide instead of 5 steps wide. That's going to take a bit of time. If you follow our flexibility program, you'll have all this laid out for you. If you just want to try this out, at home, then, follow those recommendations. So now we've done the quadruped position on all 4. That's level 1. We've done level 2, which is horse stance squats up against the wall. And this is a really good exercise to prevent you from cheating and moving your upper body, and it really targets your hip flexibility. Then we're going to go into what we call a butterfly stretch. So as the name implies, this is a fantastic exercise for butterfly guard. There's one example, general close guard, half guard, anything that has you moving your knee in and out. Cool. So we need a wall here as well, and my goal here is to scoot my butt all the way up to the wall and hold it there the whole time. I don't want my bum to come forwards like so. So I want my butt touching the wall, and I want my upper back touching the wall as well. And I want to arch myself to imagine sitting as tall as I physically can. This here is a reasonably hard position to hold just in and on itself. That's why this is a level 3. Once I've got this position, I'm going to bring my heels together, and I want to make sure that I'm pressing my heels and my toes together with my feet the whole time. When I'm here, I'm in this nice and strong position. The next trick now is to get the weights on top of my thighs, just like so. I'm resting on the inside of my knee, and I do the same on the other side. From here, I'm just supporting them with my hands so they don't fall. From here, I'm going to let the weights come down, just push my knees down, pushing my heels together. I'm going to contract up against the weights, lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let the weights relax me down for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let the weights relax me down. Go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let the weights sink me down. Very simple but very advanced exercise. What you've got to be aware of in this position here is that your lower back is also doing a lot of work. So if you feel like that's contracting and it might even get a bit sore in the next couple of days, that's completely normal. Start very light. 10 kilo might be too heavy for quite a few of you guys. If you have already done a lot of this kind of work, 10 kilo could be a good starting point. Who am I to tell you where to start? You know how to do the exercise. Maybe start with a 2.5 kilo weight plate or something similar. Again, just like we've done before, when you do this contract and relax type of exercises, start with 5-second contractions, relax for 5 seconds, repeat that about 3 times. That's 1 set. You rest then a couple of minutes, and you want to do this for maybe 3 to 4 rounds, depending, 2 to 3 times a week. Cool, very straightforward. But these are the kinds of things that are going to set the foundation for your flexibility long term. That's it, guys. If you have any questions, you know where to put them.